They start calling South Spain more and more as the Valley of Europe.
Yes, technology has made it possible for most people to work from anywhere. And 10 years ago, digital nomads, I remember of my first trip to Southeast Asia, you saw these people, with laptop, and they were like, oh, they're digital nomads. And they were like, people looked at them like freaks. And some of them maybe were. And now
what's going on?
Everybody is working. And even if you still live in your home city, let's say, where your business is, you're not going to be in an office most of the time.
Absolutely.
In most professions. So this is why people say, well, why should I be in miserable weather and everything if I can sit in the sun?
It makes sense. It makes sense. I'm also coming from a pretty cold country, from Hungary, Budapest, and it means that it gets dark at 4 o'clock in the afternoon and your brain just doesn't work in the same way as before. And you mentioned before during one of your guest speeches that you have more and more people coming from Scandinavian countries as well, and also from Poland. So I imagine it's also related to this.
It's always been, I would say, beyond any other factor that we've been discussing. The one factor that has always made people come here and will always make people come here is the climate.
That's a non-negotiable.
Non-negotiable. It's in general, why the Mediterranean has always attracted people for centuries. People have flocked from all over, to Italy, to Spain, to Greece. But we have probably we have like a microclimate, which is even, I think now the classification has changed of the climate. Like we are officially subtropical and not the Mediterranean climate.
There we go.
Because we have the warmest winters. Malaga is the city in Europe with the warmest average temperature in winter.
And I believe it also contributes to the fact that they start calling South Spain more and more as the Valley of Europe. If you just look at the companies that have moved recently, if you read a bit about the startup law introduced by the government, facilitating a lot of digital nomads, even outside of Europe, to come, not to struggle with the visas, tax deductions, etc. So more and more startups are coming from Spain as well, and looks like it's becoming a really, really beautiful hub for everyone who's trying to enjoy life, but also to make impact and disrupt.
Absolutely.